time run will be shot and the results will be added at the end of the day. Thank you.
Yeah, press it up.
Morning.
Good morning.
Looking forward to today?
Very much indeed.
Can you give us a little rundown of your Cougar?
Yes, it's a car I built myself back in 1989. Took roughly 7 months to build. The engine was completely rebuilt at that time. Various modifications carried out to it on the carburation side and also on the compression side by filling 9-to-1 pistons. Gearbox ratios were altered. Since then I've put a larger ratio round and pinion in. I'm now running on a 307 diff as opposed to 335 diff, and it's been quite well placed on hill climbs and sprints about the country.
What kind of time did you get last year?
That I can't remember, I'm sorry. But not so good as some of the others here. I think I was placed about third in our own club.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Nice
You're welcome.
to talk to you, and
cheers.
thank you for the great job you're doing in the video.
Thank you. Morning, Peter Askew.
Morning, good morning.
I wondered if you'd be kind enough just to give us a little brief rundown of your car.
Well, I won't give you a brief rundown of my car because it is not my car. I'm driving what is one of the fastest Morgan in England. And I'll pass you over to Colin Musgrove, that develops and races and wins championships left, right and centre. She holds 7 class records currently this year, lap records. Colin.
Mr. Askew.
Mr.
Musgrove, yeah.
Mr. Askew, second-hand down Musgrove.
Car is 3.9 litre, 365 brake horsepower. Going on a full engine engine. Fully road legal, no problem at all. It's taxed, insured, MOT, runs the road. But there are very, very few cars that can beat it.
Good condition.
Yeah, not too bad. We do it all ourselves, but
what kind of time are you hoping for today?
about 18 and a bit. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, mate.
Good luck.
Cheers, thanks.
Morning, Mr. Hughes.
Right. A Reliant Scimitar, not a Reliant Robin, as one of my friends has put down on the timesheet. So I've got to see him yet. A lovely venue at Brighton, always is, and it's the third time of competing. And today I'm hoping to do something a little bit better than last year. And looking at the number of cars with 7,000 cc's in my class, I can't see me doing much at all. A supporting role maybe, but I'm sure it'll be a great day.
What class are you actually in?
Class 3.
And what time did you get last year?
24, just over 24, 24.4. So we're looking to shade that this year. A little bit more hyped up this year, I think.
Enjoy the day.
Thanks very much.
Morning, Frank Barnard. How you doing?
So far we've got a big improvement on last year, about 9 seconds. No, 9 miles an hour, sorry, not 9 seconds.
Have you been out for practice already?
One of us has Robert Flavin, who's co-driving the car, yeah. He's been out, and I'm about to go out. Yeah. Our ambition is to beat the time of the Corks Electric Railway.
You think you'll do it?
Sorry?
Do you think you'll do it?
I think so, as long as the rain holds on. Yeah.
Did you travel far today?
Henley-on-Thames.
Not so far.
Not too far, no problem. Looking forward to it. We did it last year, this is our second time. It's a great event.
Right.
Yeah.
Although the times don't mean anything this morning, they're merely academic, it's interesting to note that we've had John Gray all the way down from Inverness and his Pilbeam Judd, Formula 1 Pilbeam Judd effectively, breaking the outright course record for the half mile this morning. John opened with a sensational 14.84 second charge, 176 miles an hour through the finish line, and that with the side pod of his car coming off midway down the run, so that would have not aided stability of the Formula 1 Pilbeam. One of our motorcycle competitors coming forward now onto the staging area. As the day progresses, you'll find that our commentator on the modern car classes would like to have with us once again Brighton against the big V8 cars on this sprint. Sasha and the car 30 drove down yesterday. Automatically triggered the time, and the bottom readout is the terminal velocity, the actual speed at which each of the cars or bikes cross the line. It will be a very, very successful Lobeck series. I've just written down Scotland to establish his sporting career in Brighton. He would invite Ken Baker, the original driver, to come back, which Ken, now in his 60s, has joyously done. That's 7CXW, the very, very pretty Jaguar E-Type, acknowledged as the most successful competition Jaguar E-Type in the world. 139 there is the GTD40 replica, Ford GT40 lookalike, 4 stars. Really successful brand with this in particular. Running now one out of one of these beautiful GT40s made by GT Developments in Pilbeam Class, where Christopher is concerned, and Ray will be running today with the work development car with his engineer Andy Bennett, sharing the driving tour in the 1960s. Very, very cosy number plate on the Halliwell. Mopar V8 under the bonnet there, then 26, the Metro 6R4 of Bob Appleby, original works colours this, the 3-litre V64V Rover V6 engine, built for Group B rally, very successful currently in Rallycross, this type of car, with Kent's Will Gollum having won the British Championship, currently lying second in the European, with a lightweight version running a twin turbo engine, Will Gollum's Rallycross car, but this is the basic 3-litre. 185 is one of our historic competitors from VSCC, that's Ian Cheney with the Halford Special, which Norman Goodman will be pleased to give you a full lowdown on later on. 146, another of the GTD 40s. Lloyd Evans from Godwin with his regular Hilton competitor individuals. Car running at. First of our series motorbike competitors comes into stage is Trevor Nation, the JPS Norton. Yeah, perhaps we can pass you over to Phil Manzai and tell you all about this.
Well, Trevor's down here holding the bag up there. There he is, he's up on the back. He's got the front up, it's still a mark on the track. And 16.97 for, you know, having a bit of fun, not bad. He's done a trot in 23.05, 250 cc's, and back from 63. Just been asked the question, what kind of a gear change? It's an air shifter, a little button. Charge the cylinder up, all you do is touch the button, it cuts the ignition and whacks in the next one.
I was slightly confused, Phil, because I saw his feet were sort of dangling off the back and no sign of any foot motion of course. So Nicola will be building at speed during the day. Now on the line is 235A. 235A Simon Lord Rovercraft. 26.67 seconds for Nicola Brown at 93 miles an hour. Here's the Rovercraft with Simon Lord. 17:37 at 142 for Holden then. 1, 2, 3 coming to the line, so Mallet. Mike Heels, Mallet 121. Tentative off the line. In recent years, while he's been building up Morley race motors. 22.96 at 111 for Steve Brown. All carbon fibre chassis with the 3.3 litre Cosworth DFL motor in the Bag X Mansell Magic Motorsport car, driven by such people as Russell Spence and James Shedd over the years. Here to Chris this year and beginning to go really well. Old creation, John Cooper runs a Honda garage down in Ferring YC here in Melbourne.
Nice jacket, beautiful, really immaculate condition.
Oh, thanks very much.
What's the wild cat on it? Is that the...
Oh, that's my own touch.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it is a bit wild, I suppose, when you think about it. It's a cat, isn't it? Jaguar.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So it's only my own design.
Yeah. Oh, is that the original colour?
No, it was originally British Racing Green, but this is Poseidon Green Metallic. I originally sprayed it on XJS's about 77, I think, or 78, 1978.
Yeah.
And I love the colour so much, I thought I've got to have it. It's been done, I did this about 11 years ago. It's been sprayed like that since 1980.
What's the attraction of an event like, today's?
Oh, it's the atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's and the buzz, competing, going down there, I mean, it's something else. It's different from doing it on the street. But I mean, down there, you can really give it all you got.
You come enter every year?
No, actually, I've been coming here as a spectator for 10 years, and this is my first year. So you can tell, see, I've got a smile, haven't I?
Love it.
From ear hole to ear hole.
Have you been out for practice yet?
Yeah, I've done my practice run, yeah.
Well, we missed that, didn't we? I mean, what kind of time did you get?
I don't know, but she took it on the old watch. It's about 16 seconds, but I mean, that's could be way out.
What's that, 100 and...
It was about 120 I did. I had a quick flash. I mean, I was more concerned about coming up, at the end of the finish line. I didn't really bother to look at what speed it was. I think it was about 120.
Well, we'll keep a close eye out for you then.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'm running it in as well, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But I think, what the heck, I'll blow it, it's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll go for it.
Be even faster next year then?
Yeah, I'd like to put a supercharger on it actually, but tucked underneath so no one can see it. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Thanks for talking to us.
My pleasure.
Cheers. Dave standing in the flints. Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Have you been out yet for the practice?
No, we're still waiting.
You're still waiting for the practice run, are you?
Get out eventually, I suppose, yes.
It's just one run today.
Yeah.
And straight on to the 2-time runs.
That's right.
What are you hoping for?
Well, we got 23 last time, so there or thereabouts.
Which class is this we're talking about?
This is class, well, it's 5, class 5.
Right, can you clear the paddock, please?
1300.
Cars are returning.
Yeah.
Can you mind your backs, please?
Car in
On the
good
seaward
shape?
side of the paddock.
No.
The car's coming back through
We
again.
were up last night doing the gearbox. We've got troubles with the
Avoid the marshals, see
gear
the cars
ratios.
back to their
We had
bays
to put it
as
all
soon
back
as
to
possible.
as it was now.
Thank you.
It's about 3 times we've had it apart in
You
4
mind your
days.
backs, please?
What was the
Cars
actual
are coming
problem
back
then?
through.
Well,
Clear
two
the seaward side
gears
of the
made
paddock.
Yeah.
And there was a slight difference, we reckon, in one of the gears. And when you tightened it up, the whole box jammed up.
Right.
And we put it all back together and she's fine again now.
Yeah? Just keeping your fingers crossed.
So we're keeping our fingers crossed.
Well, have a good time.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Trevor Nice, good day.
Well, yeah, I enjoyed myself here last year, and we just had a test run, and you know, a bit of fun.
Yeah. How did it go?
Yeah, all right. I think the change jumping the sprocket though, and it's a little under geared still. But,
Have to get it sorted out before the first.
oh yeah, it's no problem, is it? I mean, like, you know, if we can't do half a mile, it ain't worth anything, is it? You know, we do a lot more miles at a weekend generally than this. You know. So.
What attracts you to an event like this?
Oh, I don't know, mate. You know, it's just a
You've
good
seen
laugh.
it
I
be
mean, it's
one of
not
the main
obviously it's not too serious for us. You know, we sort of attend the British Championships, and that's really our job.
How are you
know,
doing in the superbikes?
We're down here, and yeah, we haven't done that well this year actually, but. I mean, I won one championship last year and I was third in the other, but this year we've had a few problems, and this is actually the new 1991 bike, which I'm not really that happy with at the minute. Ron Haslam's doing a really good job of riding it, and breaking lap records and all sorts of things, and you know, I've just been having bother, so you know, we're looking for a better season next season really, although there's 4 meetings left for us, and try and get them right, you know.
Great. Nice talking to you.
Okay, cheers.
Nice pair. Yeah, try that. Hello, mate.
How did you do in practice?
I ran 22 seconds dead, 105 miles an hour, but the engine won't rev over 4,000. I've got a whole new fuel system on it, which I've put on recently. Everything was okey cokey with it, but it's decided to be naughty again this morning. So all I can do is we don't know whether it's fuel now or ignition, because the fuel, there's adequate petrol going in there, and it's pouring it in. It's lovely, you know. We couldn't get it any better than it is, but it just won't have it for some reason. So then we just stop fiddling and trying to iron it all out, you know.
might sort itself out.
I doubt if it'll sort itself out, but big hammer I think will sort it out. Yeah. But it's definitely, it's running better than it was last year.
What time did you get last year? 20?
The best I did was a 22.7.
Oh, well,
so I've cut 7 tenths off.
Yeah.
But I was hoping to get under 20 seconds this year. There's no reason why I shouldn't, because it's going like stink. It just won't. I ran a 12-second quarter up at Santa Pod last week.
Really?
Yeah, and it was really flying. And now it's decided to be silly, you know. So all I can do is do another run and see how it gets on. You know, hopefully it might, like you said, it might clear itself. We're just fiddling about the fuel levels and make sure the ignition's all spot on and everything. And all we can do is make little piddly adjustments and see what happens, you know.
Always happens at the last moment, doesn't it?
Typical, isn't it?
Oh well.
You can't win, can you?
It's best of luck.
Thanks for...
For the Brighton Speed Trials with a Cougar kit. Snatches another gear called chirp of tyres. The clutch comes home. It's 158 now moves onto the line. Such a plethora of these 158. Replica, all his own work. Driven the car 15 years before and enjoys it throughout the summer. Technical manager from Worthing, local man. Or I think Fake Snake as they're now known. Not really supposed to call them Cobra. 30 on the line is Dave Standing. With A55A next on the line. Eldon Howell. Sounds very purposeful. Southern Roadcraft Fake Snake, AC Cobra replica if you like. Other circuit racing in things like Simca Rally 1, Granite 5, Ford Fiesta, Southwick, here in Brighton, 5.7 litre Chevy, 345 horsepower, cars made at Albion Speed in Southwick, 0.88 seconds for the half mile there, 100. That's Brian Hall in the Mountain Mark 2024, which he shares with Drake Cannon. 3.3 turbos. This one has a limited Attila. Storming's on up 289. Gordon Hayes' 911 turbo. Morgan. Rescue 51 years old from Thameside, sorry. Competing for 27 years. Running the V8 under the bonnet. Won his class in the Morgan Motor Company Challenge Race Series. Holds numerous lap records.
Or Dr. Robert McGee, I should say. It's his full title, I wouldn't say. He's listening because I shall be round to collect the boodle just a little bit later on. And there are others who are also in this wager, so we're all having a bit of fun this morning. Certainly the ERAs were tremendously exciting and splendid, seeing them go so well. Tony Bianchi's Talbot Largo has an enormous clutch on it. It's got several of them, in fact, and it really was obviously difficult getting it off the line. So I think we'll see better things from Tony later on. I think seeing the 5-litre Sunbeam is particularly interesting in a historic context because it was later in the 20s that the same designer, Kosovo, designed a Grand Prix car which was to win the French Grand Prix in the 20s. We then had to wait many, many years till after the war for a Connaught to win against Syracuse. So we've got some in here and we've got Connaught here, and then we've got the link of the 1926 British Grand Prix in Chambers Holford Special. Remembering, of course, that there were only 2 Grand Prix before the war, that were run by the RAC. All the other races which were run, Donington for instance, run by the Derby Club, they didn't count as Grand Prix. So we had to wait for post-war years really to see British Grand Prix again. It's very interesting seeing 5 Grand Prix cars here showing their mettle at this historic Frost Brighton Speed Trials. We're highly delighted to see them, and I think the crowd are equally excited seeing so many lovely past vintage cars.
Now that the cars are back from the top end, we can commence with the competition proper. 86 Brighton National Speed Trials, sponsored by Frost, the Vauxhall Lotus dealer down the road. Johnson and Company of the Brighton and Hove Motor Club. Back to get another year of action on the seafront. It is the penultimate round of the Ware Creek British Sprint Championship, and a terrific day sport is promised because we have one of the best entries seen here in many, many years, spread right across the board. We've got some wonderful historic cars, we've got some terrific modern ones as well, and I'm sure we're going to see quite a number of new class records set, perhaps even an outright record in the competition proper. My name is Marcus Pye. I'm national editor of Autosport magazine and been a follower of sprints and hill climbs for many, many years. I'm looking forward to being able to bring you some commentary on the action this afternoon with help from our good friend Norman Goodman from the Vintage Sports Car Club, and also from Phil Manzano on the motorcycles. I hope you have a great day of sport. Get your programs out and let us move straight to the action with the Brighton and Hove Motor Club Handicap class, the single run competition, as I've said. On the line, our first runner of the day, the official time competition, David Venables. Venables himself, a solicitor from Hove, just down the road. Very, very, very small. On the time he completes the half-mile course. We'll see how he fares, so then we can go into detail about that beautiful little motor car from 1936. He's going to be looking for a time, I would think, in the mid-30s. There it is, 34 seconds. That's probably standing in very, very good stead. Next car up is 21, Eddie Smart, a Round Cobra. 44-year-old from Caerphilly. The boy built the car himself in 4 weeks, 18.83 seconds at 151 miles an hour, and that is going to take some catching. But he has a 1.5 second handicap. He's down in the 17s on corrected time. Next car up, Ron Hill in the BMW M5. Preparation by Chandler's Garage at Port Slade, 23.89, 18. There is the wonderful Bill's Goodall Ferrari, that's 65 275 GTB, absolutely beautiful scaglietti body, 3.3 litres, V12 engine, 6 twist. We built the engine this year, 24.98 25-year-old car dealer from Brighton. Been competing for 3 years. 1950 cc fully modified MGB. Preparation by Robin Lackford and Andy Smith. Car sponsored by Sporting Simon's at the top in 25.3. Takes him down to 20s on corrected handicap, but nothing so far can touch Eddie Smart with the Round Cobra. Quickest on scratch, and also with a very favourable handicap down to 17.33 seconds on corrected times. 25 now. John Wilson. John Williams, Christy Wilson. 49-year-old teacher of Brighton. Triumph TR2 from 1955. John Wilson. Would you come up to 32.23 seconds. Take off 9 for his handicap. Not quick enough, sir. Go very, very quickly. 44-year-old from Hailsham with the Nelson Clubman's engine. 6R4, 207. He's only got a handicap of 1.5 not catch. Eddie Smart. There goes the little Astra. See details of the Astra, and the mileage hasn't been announced correctly to me, so we'll watch that one. 27.37 miles an hour. With the turbocharged Ford Sierra Cosworth, 204 horsepower in standard form, but most of these chipped up, so way beyond that. Do we have a 33? 308. No, that'll put him back into the 19th on corrected. 99 Brian Tyra, 44-year-old managing director from Brighton, with the Rover V8 powered Morgan Plus 8 car built in 82. He's owned it for 3 years. Keeps regularly in the machine. No, he's in the 24, 24.05. So corrected time takes us back to 21.5 or so. There's the Chevy Stingray of David Mansa. 4-year-old Gareth Proprietor from Hove. 76 Chevrolet Corvette. This 5.7 litre shows of 1 Hove Street Hove, for those of you American car enthusiast. 24.19 his time. Takes him back to 19.19. So that's the challenge. Unique autocraft Python this. Simon DeMille. Don't know if it's related to Cecil B or not. He's 43 years old, marketing director from Thameside in Surrey. The original home of AC cars, so a long-time enthusiast of the mark. Done breathing through a 4-barrel poly carburetor. 24.13 seconds. Quick enough there is Elizabeth Lamb, the Flying Doctor. The GP from Ovingdean, ready for supercharged engine. Whatever he scores counts. He hasn't done that. 19.16 disappointing. Hard start for the motor trader, 50 years old, from Heathfield in Sussex. 1000cc Kawasaki box before the motorcycle box went in. Cliff Colwell, 21.82. 3-second handicap down to 18.82, but still nothing to touch in Smart. Carry on. Goes second in class then on handicap Chris Colwell. There goes Terry Armstrong, the Sierra Cosworth. On from Auto Services prepared car, 22.64. That's going to put him one up. That's going to put him. 18.53 seconds at 131 miles an hour. Yes, still a few double drivers to run. This should be Richard Conn with the Mallet 121A. 21A Richard Conn. Class 4, the Club and Sports Car Division. 20. That's a rerun track for the Ian Mason Aston Martin. We can give you a provisional top 6 placings for the Brighton Hove Motor Club class. Eddie Smart, by Jerry Sterling's calculations, and certainly concur with those, has taken the class with a 17.33 corrected time. He did 18.83 in reality, but minus the 1.5 second penalty. So Eddie Smart first of the Ram Cobra. Second will be Lee Armstrong, on a corrected time of 17.87 with the Escort V8. Then it'll be Terry Armstrong in third place with the Sierra Cobra on 18.64. Then Cliff Colwell with the Terrapin 18.82. Then Kathy Casey with the Astra, Richard Sharp with the Escort XR3 18.87. And then St. John Rochford with the Sierra Cobra on 19.08. Going now into the Gary Holford, 41 years old, he's a communications consultant for Horsham, competing for 22 years, 15 years. 56. 1293 Cooper, 45. 26 years old. 99 imp, and that's an HCC imp engine, IHI, turbocharged front rear section. Colin Parrott, 23.66 seconds, and it puts into the head of the truck. From Worthing, scoring in fact at Worthing. Super little motor car this, 62 Cooper S, full race 1330cc engine. We don't need no preparation firm, just started. 24.32. This was Massey, 38 years old, service manager from Haywards Heath. He's competing for 20 odd years. The 1,000,000 with a 1293cc engine put in. On the class so far, what can Bob Massey do? 29.85 for Bob Massey. And here, we one of the quickest cars. 40-ish years old, describes himself as from Shoreham by Sea, Kent Banks. Kent Banks is now in. Competing for a couple of years. Very, very enthusiastic campaigner of the Westfield SE. Started out, I think, with a Peugeot. Now with this should be quick. Peter Herbert, 23.10 seconds. That's put him second in class, just ahead of Colin Parrott, but still half a second behind Ken Banks. Here's 42A, Bromwell on the line. That's a big disappointment for Peter Hills. Definitely a gear problem there.
I'm not worried to pan around on that big jump.
54, going on to class 2, modified production cars. 1400 and 2000cc, 35.45 by the way for Hills. No class records in these early categories. The category heading changed this year. 34 years old, company director from Woking. He's competing for 13 years. Formerly auto tester and drag racing champion. This is a 2-litre Gary Hamilton, car balancer, local man, 27 years old, Anglia 105E from 1967, Lotus twin cam engine in this one. Mark Howard, owned the car for 10 years, 14 years, second owner from new. Nice little angle box this. 34.17 seconds for Gary Hamilton. Now Hillclimb champion, this year's Sprint Leader champion, as we say. Car built to Motorsport spec from an insurance write-off, 5 grand second. 41 years old, Fareham, Westfield SEI, the independent suspended car. 1990 car, this, the Ford Cosquo engine built by Phil Price. 23.72. Wouldn't expect him to be stripped out your over of Graham Oates. 59. G7 Stage 2 conversion. Richard Longman Racing built the cars, for the work on the cars. Malcolm Darby, the driver, 40-year-old director from Farnborough, Hampshire. Built machines, good line at Westmead Linz. Bill Tester, Farnborough, director, 43 years old, Westfield SEI again, another cross square motor. About 25.7 on the line now, leaving it. David Power Engineering built Toyota unit, 165 horsepower engine expected. Competing for 25 years, 25.6 seconds. Dustin B. Bus, 1978. Ford Pre-Cross Flow motor, this out for 1700cc. Place limited. Steve, thanks for putting up some of the engine in the kitchen. Another MGB. About 28.18, 67 now. Company director, 47 years old, been competing for 30 years. Lotus Land, 1966, all steel drive. Engine built by Brian Randall of various Netherlands, set up by Ian Jones, the brilliant Kiwi engineer at Racing Fabrication. Lisa Backwell from New Zealand, 26 years old, freelance consultant, regular racer, sister of Mike Backwell, the former Formula 2 ace. Mobile concern for this one of the 6 lady drivers in the Mobilet team. Now 69. This is Frankie Bob, rally competition. 19 years old, from Hull, Vauxhall Nova. It's a Group A rally prepared motor car, prepared by GM Dealer Sport, promising young drivers in British rallying. And the third of the mobilettes in the class, in addition to your class 114, this is Penny Mallory, the rally driver with the caterer with a Vauxhall motor in it. Suitable caterer brought down by Andy and Anita Noble from Caterer and Cars. She's a rally driver, drives for the... She's going through the top. Penny Mallory, 23.66, that's a good time, 110 miles an hour. Puts her about fifth in class at this point. And there's the Renault Clio. On through, that's another edition of the 7th racing in Wimbledon Broadway. 400 yards from home for me. 53 years old, from Brighton. 26.50 for Jimmy Lee. 107.8 next to Daniel share this car. Could be both to send me comments. Just look at this. What a hooligan. Coming to the line now is the car 106. That's Bob Smith in the Pontiac Trans Am. 5.7 litres. His trademark is the big burnout. We can't see him. Nor is the intelligently Kermit Green Vauxhall Cavalier you've ever seen with a 5.7 Chevy motor in it. Automatic transmission this year in the full-blown Pontiac Trans Am, 83 car, street legal car, modified engine gearbox, approximately 500 horsepower. Self-modified, never used in competition previously. He's a fitter and turner from Colchester, Essex. He's competing for 11 years. He's been the record holder in the big saloon class with the V8 Cavalier in the last few years. Here he comes, inching forward into stage the Pontiac Trans Am, Bob Smith. He's in class 3, of course, across the line. Little Fiesta. Alan Mussard, Brighton, been competing for 30 years. Hairdresser from Brighton, raced a lot of brands in the 60s and 70s as far as I recall. 25.11 for Alan Mussard. Now we go back to 76. Matthew Stanford, 25 years old, been competing for 4 years. Bush Carrera, Orange Lightweight, technically what a desirable motor car this is. Prepared by Charles Ivey, the Porsche specialist in Fulham. He and Father Mike have a pair of these cars. Spec engine, triple Del Auto carburetors, Coney dampers all round. The MG Car Club BCV8 series the last 14 years. 26.72. MGC special tuning model. 40 foot, 4 years. See how the Dannon Land racing team get on. Ian Young did 26.72, his father 26.96, there'll be some needle there. 57's next, so that's 33-year-old company director, London. 4911E, 2.4 litre, 1973. All steel, prepared by Andrew Hill and CS Engine. Harry Wyndham, not so powerful this motor car as the lightweight you see go up there. Rochester, known as Jagman. he says, HGV driver from Crawley Down. Bit smart area. 1970 Jag XJ, his own work. Apart from a bit of machining by Swaymar. This is the Wildcat Jag, 25.26 seconds. And here's Mike Stanford, 2 years old, creative consultant from London. The second of the RS lightweight from 73, who restored the factory spec Concours circuit racer in Germany. The second of the Dan Ladd team. This is the son, Matthew Stanford, did 23.62, Mike Stanford, 21.34. 46-year-old car salesman from Southwick, competing for nearly 30 years. The Sierra Cosworth, 8,000 miles only, as new. Neville Knight, remember him racing Simca Rally 1 years ago, 22.6. Barry Lyons, 50 years old from Coventry, the machine tool consultant, with the 4.5 litre, 420 horsepower, Rover V8 engine CVR tupper at 18.95 seconds. Will do very nicely, thank you, at 148 miles an hour. That's going to take some serious catching. Here comes 83, that's Bob Oram, 47 years old. Ready, as it used to be known. Seriously quick motor car this. 5-time class winner at Brighton. This is a 1962 machine built specially for drag racing, old folks about drag racing. But 20.2 Barry Lyons. 85 comes forward, that's Derek Webb. 50-year-old salesman from Bexhill. This is the Lynx prepared Jaguar XJS. Car was owned by Elgan Howell, MD of Lynx Cars. Credit. Thank you. 91 now, this is a quick car. 21-inch, but I think if we double that, it probably wouldn't be too far away. 911 Turbo, 1980, with electronic boost control. Local man, 20.80 then for jet styring. That's not too far away, that's not too far away. The Summit Tiger, 7565, the Boss 302, about 5 litre Ford motor. Dorking. 20.77, that's a good one. That just gets ahead of jet styring by 300, puts him third, just behind the Borat. 289 is 4.7 litre, effectively high power motor, 650 double pumper carburetor, fireball cam. 39-year-old draftsman from Banstead, Peter Lynch, the driver, 22.34. 111 is next. And that's the Lotus Carlton, which I used for a from Frost down the road in Shoreham. You so desire to have 377 horsepower under your right foot. This is Cathy O'Driscoll from Auto Express magazine at the helm. Denied speed testing at Millbrook, but she was seen there, given her a couple of squirts last week. She's being chased by the two course cars. It's not often you see 3 of these Lotus Carltons together. Oh, in fact, that's 111. That was Richard Engman in the car. 116 is going to be Cathy O'Driscoll, so that's the Engman car gets to the top, 21.95. We're jumping around the numbers here, I can't keep up. So in fact, Mr. Engman didn't fill in the form, so don't know too much about him. Hopefully we'll find some more later on. So that's the end of the group. Class currently led by the Barry Lyons TVR with that stunning charge of 18.95 seconds for the half mile, 146 miles an hour through the finish. Second, Bob Oram in the E, Jaguar E on 20.52 at the moment. 20.77 is Steve Hiller's time in the Sunbeam Tiger, the 5 litre one, and then jet styling with the 3.3 turbocharged Porsche 20.80. So a lot to play for in the minor placings in that class, but no one, I don't think, is going to catch Barry Lyons. The mod prod class up to 1400cc. As you saw earlier on, we saw it one running to go. That's Dave Hills in his Mini. But certainly it looks at the moment as though Ken Banks have that nicely in control with the Dalbian Mark 7, 22.55. Then Peter Herbert in the Westfield SE 23.10, followed by Colin Parrott with the second of the Dalbians. This is the turbocharged one on 23.66. Class 2, the 1401 to 2000cc split. Looks to be Graham Oates by a country mile at the moment. Graham Oates 20.47 seconds in the 1800cc Lotus over lightweight. And second at the moment, Peter Turner. Looks to land a good effort there, 22.09. And then Chris Pegg in the Escort Mark 1, 22.67. Quite a few of the 23s there as well, so that could be interesting. That pans up later on, including Penny Mallory in the Lotus 7. That's the Caper 7 in fact. The 2-litre car. Vauxhall was watching this new family car. They couldn't quite work out how many families wanted 370 horsepower. Surmised they might be built for the Pittaldi family. Quite a laugh. Anyway, and here is Mike Porter there, back to do business. That's class 3. Because there's lots of these. Mike Forster that got the Porsche Turbo away cleanly this time, much better than his practice effort. 0.80, that's a lot better than his 21.74 practice run, so that's encouraging for him. Andrew Sansom next with the Easterfist from Stanley, with Romsey and Southampton, 34 years old, turbocharged machine, IHI kit on that. Quite possible, I don't know if you know that this is done by Pace Product. Andrew Sansom, 24.38 seconds. That's over 100. That's Gooders himself, Mike Goodman, 36-year-old from Beaujeu in Northants up near Santa Pod. Been competing the first time. The Morgan Plus 8, 75. Engines absolutely standard, old boy. 95, and there goes David Phillips. Printer from Worcester Park in Surrey, formerly home of the kart racing circuit. Engine 77 car, prepared by Mike Thompson of Slough, Robert Freddie Hill, 24.13 Peter Tomlin, 30-year-old, dipped into a performance car magazine, first time out today. Completely standard road car, he says. Engine 75 brake. 440 horsepower. 1 second. Tomlin. Westfield to the top, one of the Morgans has gone up. 97. The Brian Clara Morgan back up again. 24.08 and 103. 85A. That's Elgar Tower on the wheel. He's BMD of Links. His car. Well, that's the Petrobolic Opel Manta, back again.
Number 121.
Time with 55-year-old Bob Richardson at the helm, chartered engineer, the Mansell body kit on the motor car, fully the supercharged Opel motors, BMW. from Los Angeles. I don't believe that. 74 BMW 2000. He bought the car in 78 and used it ever since. 64. Sporting cars of Brighton MGB.
Could we have class 4? 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4.
Byron Clark then, 545. One of the 4 is Big Mansa. Mansa Motors proprietor. On Hove Street, Hove. Built over the last 8 years. Chevy under the bonnet. 76 Stingray this one. 24.23 seconds. Now 105. Andrew Hill. Self-prep. Time for the Austin Healy, weight 609, and a little glass away. Ferrari. That's a delicious Scaglietti body. Wonderful motor car, this. Is the section of the Flanagan. Junior with the 3.5 litre MGB. I believe both he and his father are doctors up in Liverpool. .91 Flanagan, then Richard Lamb comes to line. Massa, turbocharged, water-injected 2.4 litre, self-prepared car. Mobile test bed with water injection system. Oh dear. This bloke really is a card. Chris Orthodoxu, Mofar County in Surrey, oil rig designer. Describes himself as, he's known as the rock star. Says his physical age is 31, his mental age is 12. I wouldn't have put it quite that high. But he's really in the sort of big banger wound up in the burnout area here. The Plymouth Hemi-Cuda 73, this dates from. 440 cubic inch, 7.2 litre that is, Chrysler motor. 3-speed automatic. Jeff Halver, the drag racing expert. That sounds pretty fat. Drag racers of the Chaos Brothers drag racing team. 23.39 seconds there for Chris Orthodoxu. 108 miles an hour. 110. Another. 28-year-old first engineer from Surbiton. Speeding for 5 years, the Manx Classic at the Isle of Man last year. Threw the clutch to pieces at Long Brothers on a big V8. 21.97 for a week. 112 is Simon Paul, 5-year-old manager from Coulton, Surrey. So he is Land Rover MG Montego Turbo, 1985. Increased boost pressure.
Class 1 and 2 run.
Good to see the sun coming back out as 86 comes to the line. Earlier on in the Brighton Hove Club section, Sierra Cosler. John Rochford 22.33, it's David. Forenza, 1974 car originally. Bill Blydenstein 2.5 litre 16 valve engine. Built by Tony himself and Neville Powell of Lippert. Got the car every year since 1978. Quinn Davis, 21.33 at 124. 116. Now this is Kathy O'Driscoll of the Mobilet team. The Vauxhall Lotus car, 3.6 litre twin turbo. Car belongs to Frost. William Frost himself. Press the weekly newspaper which has taken Britain by storm over the last couple of years. 22.04, not a very clean start, but once it got wound up, going very, very well. And here comes Desmond Bernard Baker, better known as Ken, 67-year-old publican from Brentwood. This is the gentleman who owned this car from new, raced it for the first time. At the Brighton Speed Trials. Not a road car, but got bitten by the bug of sprinting at Stapleford Abbott. There's 92. Long Hill with the BMW M5. So before on the line, Julian Cottrell with the Aston Martin DB. You can find a few tenths on that, he's going to be well up there in the top 3 or 4 in the class. Julian Cottrell, regular racer. Looking for a mid-21 second time, very happy with that. That's the end of that. Cottrell, 21.06, he's found a lot of time, and that's going to put him well up the class. So
that's it for girls.
Hello. Right. How you doing? Got job organised now? No. Oh.
Runs. I know we're now 1 o'clock, but it's our first session of the 1991 Brighton Speed Trials concluded. There will be a lunch break now, and we're resuming the action at about 1:45. Marshals should remain at their posts while the cars are back on the course, and we'll give further instructions in a couple of minutes. All the big cars to look forward to, the remainder of the modified production machines, Upland sports cars, sports Libra cars, basically anything goes within capacity groups. The beautiful vintage historic racing cars, and then on to the single seaters proper. Thrilling afternoon of sport for you. We're going to see the magic 190 mile an hour target speed at the top end approach, if not cracked this afternoon, by John Gray, the big Pilbeam judge. John Gray already under the course record this morning with that motor car. John Gray 14.84 seconds at 176 miles an hour in his solo practice pass.
What? Yeah. Oh yeah, it is, but I've just fancy the change. They change the rules anyway, you know. And this is production, this is quite an engine for the car. Right, yeah. Where is it? My money
Number 343 Ian King. You got fastest time of the day last year, Ian? What was it?
To be honest, I can't quite remember. I think it was 16.3.
Yeah. What did you get in practice today?
Oh, 17.34.
Yeah.
This isn't the same. The last bike I had last year was a Suzuki Turbo.
Yeah.
This is a box standard 1100 Suzuki.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting too much out of it. Unfortunately, my new machine that I've been building isn't ready, so had to resort to this.
Yeah. Still hoping for a good result though.
Oh, I'm just enjoying the day basically. Good fun.
Ken Ayres.
Good afternoon.
In the Pilbeam Class 13. You won the class last year, Ken?
I did, yes.
Yeah. You usually have quite a battle with, was it Edwards and
over the years several with Paul Edwards, certainly, yeah. With Clive Bracey, who's unfortunately not here today either. But there's enough, they're replaced by enough powerful machines.
Yeah. What was the time in the end last year? I can't remember.
Last year I won it in 15.32. But John's already well under that in practice. So,
really?
Yeah. So it's going to be tough this afternoon.
It's going to be a close shave.
I don't know. I don't know how close I can get to it, quite honestly, but we'll give it a try.
Yeah. What's the draw for this kind of event for you? Is it the atmosphere, or
racing cars, excitement, butterflies, nerves, and it's wonderful when it's over.
What's your usual sort of event? Forte.
My car runs better on the faster courses.
Yeah.
It's not as nimble as some of the smaller cars. So we normally produce better results on the faster courses, and somehow Brighton's always been a lucky one for me for many years now.
Yeah, it's in good shape, isn't it?
Yep, the car is in good shape. I think it's as quick as it's been, and perhaps I think it's capable of going quicker this year than it went last, and weather conditions are good and suitable. Depends on whether I'm up to it or not.
Sure you are. Thanks for talking to us, Tom.
Pleasure.
I found various venues around the...
After lunch, continuing their first runs.
Help you to appreciate the action today. Our first car down onto the start line for the half-mile course is number 121, John Sharp, Mark 18B, 47-year-old dentist from Bedfordshire. Originally a circuit racing. Some time. 122. Next, that's Mick Braybrook Norman from Banstead near Brighton. 2182. 78 car. So Bob Mayfield built 1704 Clubman's Fish. It was bent at Rotherfield Park in '89. This is its first event since then. Former rallyman Mick Braybrook Norman. 19.86, 131 miles an hour. There's 65-year-old farmer from Hurstmonsoon in Sussex. Competing 670 foot. This car, previously owned by Keith Payne, run very, very successfully at all sprint events. very keen to point out, John Beattie prepared engine in this one. This is the Evolution Mallet, previously owned by Alan Lloyd and Neil Crump. 21.12 seconds at 120 miles an hour. The Hartwell repaired imp engine. Car prepared by Pelling and Flint. Problem there, the mid-gears, that stayed standing. Made a horrible sound. Second year in competition. It was a 1980 built Formula 1300 car originally. 1300 Ford crossflow engine, built by Peter Flint. Spent a lot of time, including a very late night last night, putting the gearbox back together. And the car is for sale. It's got a mallet waiting in the wings to run. 131 is 4 years. So Westfield 11. Lotus 11 Replica 38, Graham Paddock. So he runs a hospital for one-armed bandits. So presumably he's a gaming machine technician of some description. Been competing on and off for 30 years. It's a car which was built in 1984, this Cougar Sport. Jaguar 3.8. Setup, bigger valves. That was built from the remnant. Sales manager from Bexley in Kent. Brands champion of brands, Formula Ford winner in 1977. Lyddon Championship winner the previous year. Sabre Fabrications National Creator 2. Formula Ford 2000 champion 84. So a very successful circuit racer. It's a car he built last year, GTD 40, all provided with V8. Car and Lloyd Evans this afternoon, 20.14 miles an hour at 100 seconds at 135 miles an hour. That takes the class lead for Tony Halliwell. Interesting to compare that car with the other GTDs we're going to see later on. 3 more of those to come, remember. 140 should be next into the staging area. That's Rod Hurd, London taxi driver. Competing for a couple of years now, the Jaguar E-Type engined Cougar. Don't worry. A camera, ladies and gentlemen, has been handed in, which I believe was found in the paddock area, a lost camera. So if you've lost your camera, please make your way down to the organiser's caravan behind the bus here at the start and speak to John Bidwell. John Bidwell has that camera for collection. Funnel some more cars down. Here's the next of the Cougars. It's 140, the taxi driver, Rod Hurd. Rod did 23.4 this morning in practice, so put him in the middle of the class. The line, see Neville Knight arrived with the Southern Road Car SRB8 Roadster 23.50. Neville Knight, glass of Southern Road Car Cobra down vastly experienced, of course, racing Fiestas XR2Is in recent years. 23.08 seconds at 115 miles an hour. Now we've got Chris Keith Lucas, MD of Lynx Cars, feeding the aluminium monocoque 4.2 litre XK type engine, built in Hastings. 2.03 at 153 previous class. Red Rainer in the lib. Cheltenham Cup. Here's the mighty Bentley Special of Alan Paget, motor engineer from Sleaford in Lincolnshire, the fastest Bentley since 1970 to Bentley Drivers Club rules. 1948 Bentley Mark 6, he built as a track car, still maintains the full Bentley chassis, steering and transfer installation. It's a V8 T-type with Cosworth internals, Lucas fuel injection, high lift cam, built in 1985. 20.71, 116 puts him second. Fascinating motor car. With the first of his two cars, this is the SPA sports car, new this year, with the Hart engine in the back, 4-cylinder. Car prepared by Ray Rowan, recently rebodied. They were also running the Tolman later on, the single-seater class. 17.26, yes, the start cost him a little bit there, but 17.26 at 143 miles an hour. Well remembered for his Nagasaki chuff lock, GTD 40 down the strip, 19.89. He'll be pleased with that. That puts him second. That's over a second faster. 149 is the Martini Celebration livery 911 Turbo Porsche, one of only 50 right-hand drive cars made. Class wins at Brighton in 1988, 20.25, 131, puts him fourth in the class. Now the next to the Cougars, British Racing Greening Club for Dennis Tarrant, 63-year-old driver from Bramwell on Sea in Essex. First event on four wheels in the 70s, mainly with Vincent's 4.2 Jag engine, the machine built in 1990. 23.90 seconds at 108 miles an hour. Here's the good. Right to the home. Car club members handicap earlier on with this LR Roadster's Ram SC. It's a garage proprietor from Caerphilly in South Wales, 44 years old, 18.78 at 150 miles an hour. There's one, 53, Andy Buckley, 34-year-old computer programmer from Haywards Heath, speeding for 5 years. He's got a 6.9 litre V. 22.30 at 92. Here's Les Edmonds with the Blackgate Racing Developments John Travis design VRD. Dave Render, leading time is 7, and has improved to 18.49, but he still remains some way behind, 1.23 seconds behind class leader Dave Render. Now Bob Appleby, 44-year-old guy from Metro 6R4 Group B car, Clubman spec Nelson V6 producing 270 horsepower in the back. And the car from New, very reliable, he says, 21.10 or 121. Here's one from the 6. Sorry, that's up near Guildford. Running for 20 odd years. Built by himself from a kit in 1988. 21.43 at 122. 157 is Albert Quill from Beckenham in Kent. event. Carpenter, 38 years old, with another of the Cougars. 4.2 litre Jaguar engine in this one. By Rick Stevens at Uckfield. 23.45. 158 is Paul Blake, 36-year-old technical manager from Worthing. Also been drag raced. 22.74 the result, 123 miles an hour. Bit of a problem here there for Buzz Barrett, who slipped the Cougar through the start beam, didn't cross it with all four wheels, and then just gave it a boot. If he just actually stopped, moved forward through the lines, which triggers the clock. So Buzz Barrett, 28.64, 102, 160, the next of the Cougars. 3.8 litre engine in this one. This is Rodney Barber. Uppingham in Rutland. Number 73, one of the earliest early Cougar Mark 1s. Conrad punctured the block. 161, line 23.30. The Cougar, 161 is Peter. Running the Colin Musgrove Racing V8, which is at numerous circuits. So was the National Pembrey, Cadwell, Donington, Lytton and Castle Combe. To name them, 20.64 Braskew, 134. Then 162 is Cheng Lim. The Roding County in Essex, 34 years old. Been competing for 4 or so years. I imagine is Mr. Lim himself. Built for Chris Howell and driven today by Cheng Lim. 24.90 seconds at 106 miles an hour. Another Cougar is 163. Here we see David Barwell. It's a Cougar Mark 1 with mildly uprated 4. .34 seconds. As 165 comes to the line. Brian Shrimpton, company director from Reigate. Ray Barnsley prepared Cougar Sport. Brian, one of the quicker Cougar drivers this morning, so Dave Wilson. Here's GTD 40, 23.77 for Shrimpton. Virtually glass up into the starting area. Morning, little way to go to catch up with his classmates in the GTDs. 22.55, a lot more rapid. Horsepower, 5.7 litre Chevrolet engine under the bonnet, 1906 at 136 miles an hour. Looking to win the Endeavour Trophy for the fastest Ford for the 3rd successive year today. Space frame car that, 4th in class.
Well, that was Bob Barrow in his fantastic 8-litre Bentley V12 with an enormous blower on the front. Interestingly enough, the snow, does that count as 16 litres? I don't know. It's certainly a fantastic motor car. It's his first year, so it'll go better soon.
That's Bob Burrell then, 23.49 seconds at 112. Now we've got this very, very nice little Ginetta, 145. Turbocharged Collins Performance engine in this one. In the back, 21.93 for Peter Garrett at 124 times between 1946 and 1956.
Well, Anthony's already broken the record on this class at 19.56, and Beckett is right behind him at 19.99. So I need a little bit more from Anthony, please. He's a very good driver, a brilliant car. I think. In the XL Hal car. 19.82. Ah, I'm going down, I fear. Not quite as good as in practice. Ah, well. Official record, though. That's an official record. And here's Bruce in my other ERA. Let's see what he can do. He's pumping up the air pressure to get the fuel up. The VSCC pressure. Let's see what you can do. 18, 19, no, down, 20.33. They seem to be slightly slower this afternoon, perhaps a little bit more damp in the air. 177 is the ex-Rivers Fletcher car. It's now owned by Shirley Munro, driven by Keith Barnett, who's an Aston Martin guy. I didn't think all these people spoke to Aston Martin guys, but there are. There must be something going on here because he's driving the car, obviously a pal. Hello Rivers, nice to see you here. 1-8, John is doing his best to improve on previous time. A very pretty car, he's driven it here over the roads this morning, and it's quite a successful car. Had a lot of successes in VSCC racing over the years. Yeah, I must say it looks very beautifully polished and shiny, and a very pretty little car. We've got Harold Smith in the magnificent 5-litre Indianapolis car. 4 valves per cylinder. Well, who had to wait for Toyota to do 4 valves? They were doing it in 1916 at Sunbeams of Wolverhampton. It's a very interesting car, and great to see these early Edwardian racing cars here. We haven't had an Edwardian racing car here for many years. I hope this will be the first of many, because although it's not spectacularly fast, it's marvellous to see. It brings another age of racing to Brighton. Come on, Harold, wind the elastic up. Whoops. Well, it's very old. Yes, Venables, David Venables. He's a very good sport, is David, and an enormously good sense of humour. I suppose he needs to be. He's really got to wind the elastic up this morning. Come on, David, let's see what you can do. Well done, thank you. I'm riding with you. He did 34.30 in practice CC. But David can often be seen whizzing around Brighton, going out for a beer or something in it, so it's rather a nice little car. What's he doing? 33.98, yes, he's improved again. He's knocked another 0.32 off. David Biggins, Vauxhall Rowley. So hopefully he's got it sorted out now. You know, some of these very large multi-bar simple Indians, lovely Connaught, famous car. Patsy Burt had the ladies' record way back in the past. She's here today. It was Patsy's first outing in a single-seater car. And my gosh, that does make you think. I was here in 1934 when I was a spotty schoolboy being brought here by my dad. He was here driving, for God's sake, and here he is again. Well, this is the interesting part, really interesting. David Beckett. So is he going to catch the ERA? That's what we need to see. He's not far behind.
There's an interesting history of this car. It was sold new to John Ewer in 1959 and went to Rhodesia, South Africa in 1960. It was driven by John Love. Lobeck bought it in bits 1986, rebuilt it.
But he's going to beat 1982 while Tony Bianchi is on the line. No, he didn't. 19.84. The ERA's just pipped him still. They're both well under the record. I think that was a better start by Tony. He's got to learn this car. It's his first season. And big
is Ian Agnew in the Emerson front engine front wheel drive car which was built at Paul Emery's works by Cyril Lindstone. Still mechanics on the car today. Car dates back to 1950. Coil spring and damper suspension, traditional mode, not a bungee setup was also tried. Thanks.
Certainly a very against all the rear-wheel drive 500s that were generally quicker. Nevertheless, nice to see variety, do you think?
Very much so, and we go back to the more popular and more common, as we said, rear-wheel drive cars. Campaigned by Tim Cameron, 500cc 50s. Car built by the Scottish engineer Joe Potts, driven by Richard Rose, who runs a vehicle hire company in Northwood, Middlesex. 196 upon behind him, 27.98 for Richard Rose at 84 miles an hour. Running on methanol and nitromethane, so has some serious power. 25.03 is the time. Yamaha power valve engine. John Hale, 56-year-old technician with the top end, has got to go something to beat Phil Cook. 114? No, he's slumped a while. He's at 118 here last year with 22.09. It's the opening gambit from John Hale. Here is Phil Cook. You'll see that. Phil Cook did 20.62 this morning, so he won't be unduly worried about that engine in his Jedi. 20.49 at 100% speed. That's the record. 124.8. .1A Richard Conn with the next forward 19.69 at 125. Richard Conn is on strip now with his Malik U2 Mark 18B on 20.36 at 124. That's second in class. Mike Snelling in the Malik shed by Mick Braybrook Norman. Mick did 19.86, Wosley 19.86, an identical time to that of his teammate Mick Braybrook Norman. So they stay joint second. There's Mike Gill, 50 the class in the Malik Mark 21. Fairly leisurely start, didn't get the power down particularly well. Ray Hill did 21.59. 22.57 on 1100cc class, where first contender is Susan Sturgis from Markfield in Leicestershire with the Delta T8291. It's car number 206. Company director. 21.21 at 110. Engine machine. Steve Brain. George led this class with the Eiger in practice. 23.103. Now in line is Richard George with the ASD based Eiger designed by VDJ engine is really flying. Sorry, looking to win this class. 20.12 did the 19.82. He's broken the 20-second barrier. He'll be very, very pleased with that. 128 horsepower. Something the Kawasaki powered Terrapin. Colwell winding the Terrapin up. That's a good effort. 21.83 is his best time of the day. Now 214. Haulage contractor for handover of engine. 170 horsepower running on alcohol. 22 seconds exactly at 1. RP33 of Chris Hobson 215. Hobson's choice is a Royal RP33. 0.47 seconds this morning. Seconds in this bracket this morning. He's failed this afternoon though, 20.29 at 126 miles an hour. 218 next to the line. This is Norman Hilton. RF85, a Ford car from 219. Next in line, that's Steve Brown from Morley Race Motors. Down the road. Liddon also did very well there, winning the Formula Ford 2000 Series 87. Nicky Brown, that's Steve's 17-year-old daughter having her first ever event today. She did 26.67, so about 3.5 seconds behind Dad this morning, but is looking to improve. 24.07, that's really a big improvement for Nicola Brown, 17-year-old student. Now 2:21 is Amanda George. Quite a wiggle, about 50-60 yards out with the Formula 3 Ensign, a car which used to be run by Maury Thomas. Really enjoying her first season and going increasingly well. 20.57, 128 miles an hour, strong top-end cars there. Very good effort, second in the class to Nick Law, and only 0.3 of a second behind. Here we go, Gabriel's shoulder this afternoon. Formula Ford car. Nova engine, putting out about 112 horsepower and going increasingly well. 60 mobile entries here, 21.07. Because their practice run, that's the Works GTD. the States, where he designed and built. Dennis Cooper to the top, 22.03 and 160. Previously raced in Holland. Car sat in 5 years in personal plane services hangar. That's Tony Bianchi's company, I believe. There's a fact to say, it's an aerobatic pilot who was talked into doing this by his good friend. On the run, in the Ralt RT30. .57, the car 229. Now coming up to stage is the 2-litre Ralt RT4 of Clive Harris. He should be the first of the Ware Creek contenders to into full swing. He'll be looking to qualify in the top 12 early in the season. Comes from Cirencester in the leasing business. 17.65 seconds at 148. That puts him to the top of the tree as far as the Ware Creek contenders are concerned. Remember, the fastest 12 registered contenders in that championship get 2 further runs to decide the distribution of the Ware Creek points at the end of the day. Clive Harris goes top. Tony Marsh now down the line, 6 times British Hill Climb champion with the Rover craft. Used to race in Europe as well. The problem getting this thing to rev, but it's the big turbocharged Rover V8 in the March. First competed here in the late 50s, competed in the ERA at one point. 16.74 seconds, 155 miles an hour. He goes top. Fastest qualifier so far then, Tony Marsh, with the Rover craft at 16.74. Now forward is 2:37. That's John Napton. John Napton from the Midlands with his ex-Formula 3000 Lola 4x fabrications car. This from the circuits, driven by the Spaniard Alfonso Garcia de Vinuesa. Now with a 4-litre, 4.5-litre Rover V8 engine in the back of it. Enjoying his first season with this car. George is off in that Nola. Missing the flame, the boot in though. And records 18.80 seconds at 140 miles an hour. That puts him, qualifies him 4th. Some 4 will be out of that car. Pilbeam from Northern Ireland, Ballywalter to be precise. Jackie Harris, the British Sprint champion. Lead is all as usual, 16.58. Jackie Harris goes top at 156 miles an hour. Now they're coming thick and fast because number 9, former Brighton winner, Roy Woodhouse. 782. Has a snake as he changes service up there. Roy Woodhouse will be looking. Under the outright course record this morning, all the way down to Inverness in a Pilbeam chassis. 14.48 seconds. That's absolutely decimated the record at 181 miles an hour. He wants to pull 190 today. That is getting close. There goes the Rover-powered Sana. All sorts of trouble once again. Absolutely sensational stuff from the Scot. .25.48 for Oliver and the Sana, 98 miles an hour. Here's for over 40 years. 15.94 for Dovrenda, 162 miles an hour, goes second in the pecking order. Ken Ayres now, 6 times BTD setter here at Brighton with a 4-litre Cosworth DFL power. Runs down the centre of the road. He should be looking for times high 14s, low 15s. He's done 15.10 seconds. Now he goes second, 177 miles per hour. Chris Hill, third in last year's championship, comes into stage with the Reynard 88D with the DFL Cosworth engine in it. Engine started out as a 3 litre. Mario Andretti ran it in numerous Grand Prix. Now at a 3.3 in the Formula 3000. Beautifully prepared Reynard this, prepared by Chris. Hasn't got the same grunt as John Gray's car, but 15.72 at 168. That goes third. And now we look down for the Elf Tolman. This is the 3 litre Cosworth DFV powered Tolman Formula 2 car of Nigel. Nigel Bigwood always gives us all of this car prepared by 3, but he's really got to push it. 15.85 is opening gambit, 170 miles an hour. So as we conclude the car runners, we got John Gray past us, 14.48. Ken Ayres second, 15.10. Chris Hill, 15.72. Nigel Bigwood, 15.85. David Render, 15.94. Roy Woodhouse, 16.33, completes the top 6. And the qualifiers rounded out at this early stage, half time remember, by Jackie Harris, Tony Marsh, Clive Harris, Les Edmonds, John Napton, and Nick Flank's now with us, so we can hand over to Bill Manzard. Well, Chris Hillman, we're a little bit late and we apologise for that. Chris Hillman's still on the way. Alan Tom, one of the series of Camp Suzuki's coming up on the line, 303s. Stephen Standing. No, it isn't. It's Ron May on his Triumph. We've got out of order with it. Triumphs, ridden them over the island, prepared them for other people in the island. Alan Morgan, 307, 1930 Rudge, 4-valve. Not bad for a man in his 70s. Another of the old Brooklands models, 308 Fred Clark with the Zenith Jet. Basically Speedway engine. With her 350 Yamaha, very low, long rake forks, and it hurls this one. Let's see what's 3. And a 1986. Paul Standing, the man that's done a lot of work to organise the bikes this year, all the paperwork. Have resurrected this old duggy and they're slowly working. Very interesting machine on the line at the moment, 316, Mick Carter's 750cc flat track in Harley. With a huge silencer on the side of it, the only way that he can get through the noise regulation. It is a very noisy. The man that runs Conway Motors keeps the Vincent lads going.
came up here on a Ducati this morning, which couldn't pass the test. Madeira Drive used to be Vincent on the line. 318. Roy Robertson. Beautiful Egley Vincent. Just to prove that they do know what they're talking about, 319 Malcolm Herbert, Police Inspector on Ashford. Loves his hill climbing. And he got it up. He's just as mad as the ones they nick, climber. 1802 and 144. 320 M. Gilbert and on a 1975 Dresda Honda. Now give this fella a cheer and a wave. Basil Keys, 321. And that is one of the original Francis William V-twin Jack specials built specially for Brighton. That has got to be a record. Oxley motorcycles. Got the old Barham engine in on it, making a nice overhead valve V-twin. Now for the flag. Cut into the rear tyre, it's got rev in trev, JPS, Trevor Nation, with the job player door. Flying the flag. Now that's 15, 16 to 1, 163. Cost him a lot of time. We're getting into the production stuff now, and a lot of the box stock, very quick stuff. Terry Martin, who we expected a lot of today, but with his turbo one, he blew his turbo yesterday and has borrowed this one. But he put a piston out yesterday, testing, and that's it. Shifter jump overboard 1260. A 1770 and 147. Ian King putting the front wheel up. Unfortunately, it costs you time when you do that. 1765 and 146 terminal. Got it at the end, but lost it in the middle. Alan Ellis. Organises a lot of vintage racing, sidecars. I have an announcement here. Stefan Curry, K-U-R-L. K-U-R-Y. Would he please go to the hospitality unit and speak to Stephen Long? They rejoice in the name of a worm. Samuel in the chair, tuned by Lobeck. MC Special, whatever that might be. Very furlong with a turbo Suzuki, which is not going at all. Nothing has gone wrong. It's underway now. Jeff Brandon, a 1991 Honda CBR 600. Geary works locally with the police. I understand tweaking up their bikes, one thing and the other. With a VF Honda. Now here's a man who loves his sport. This is one of those big V-twin V-Max Yamahas. And he rides it to work every day. Of them.
They're all doing 130.
Now we're into the big quackers, the ZZRs, or Guz as they know it. And the Granger brothers, Mike and Ron, Fred. 348 is Mike, 350 is Fred. So we've got Mike on the line. All the way, and he sat that one up, and that cost him a second. 16.91 and 158, and that's out of the crate. Ron Clegg. Now let's see what he can get compared with. Little bit slower. Brother Fred's on his way. They're all down there arguing the toss who did best, and White didn't have for them. Fred's well down, 1808, 45. 125. You've got to be a little girl, and she's doing well. A 21.72 out of a 125.
Remember, no Brighton home handicap second runs. Jerry Holford with the Unipower X-Works car, 24.93 this morning, 24.89 this afternoon. Colin Parrott in the turbocharged Davrian Imp, 23.66 earlier on. Peter Herbert and Ken Banks, 24.07, so not as quick. He will remain third. There goes Pat now, 24.32. He was fourth in the early runs. The part of 2 seconds I would doubt. Good effort though, 23.48. That'll give him third place. Bob Massey down to 29 this morning with the less potent Mini. He remains sixth and they have to work hard to improve upon that. .28.07, useful improvement for Bob Massey. 22.55 this morning. Looking to improve, put the pressure on Peter Herbert. 22.74, not as quick. Next is Peter Herbert. Got to beat 22.55 to take it. 23.14, 400 slower than before. So Peter Herbert remains second. Ken Banks wins that class, and Peter Herbert second. Third is going to be Patrick Howe. Fourth, Colin Parrott. Fifth will be Jerry Holford, and sixth, Bob Massey. But a second run. .21.98 for Simon Crook. Now here's one of the Law brothers, Simon Law, with the Rovercraft and Tony Marsh watching on. Simon Law not in the run-offs. 17.53 Simon Law, so John Appleton driving the Lola Rover, driving it dead straight down the centre of the road, exactly what he's got to do. Paul Napton, 18.37, well done, terrific effort from Paul Napton, 18.37. Driver of the SRC going down, Sean Haggai. .23.26 for him. Robert Flavin, There's the Bad Demon 1600 class, that's Karen Brookwell, going down in 218A, competing the double drivers. 22.78 for her. Back into 22, going down. It's the Mini that struggled earlier on, that's the Dave Hills Mini, and should go quite a lot quicker this time. 26.90 for 42.
Facing up to the van. Yeah. Super. Eh? You super. Yeah, where the pay is sitting on top of the van.
Here we've got the 500 double driver, John Opie, coming forward with the full aerodynamic spec wheels on the car and attempt to gain a little more top end speed by lessening wind resistance. Think of the Yamaha Doherty. John AP 22.04, 500 seconds quicker than John Hale. 500cc class for the first time round. Going into class 2, 24.72 is John Doherty's time. To the head of the historic 500 division. Simon Clark will kick class 2 off. 40 cars at Brighton. The local classic car dealer. 40 cars at Brighton. Series this year. It's racing, not sprinting. Simon Clark, 25.78 at 102. It's 55, Gary Haffenden. .15. Time of massive improvement of some 8 seconds over this morning's effort. Puts him almost into the thick of the class action. So quite a good effort for him. 54, Chris Pegg is next. Third in class, so a bold effort. With the drag racer from Old Woke. 22.83 seconds, not quite as quick as before. Here's Lotus Europa had a troubled second part of the season, knocked a front corner right off the car. It came off the engine, so that terminated his run there, but he'd done enough by that stage to win this year's Leaders' Championship. Sprint appearance of the season within the series. So we moved on then to, I think it was Ray Aston with his Westfield SCI, car 58, 30.81. Then we've got Malcolm Darby, Peugeot 205. Up then out towards the far end of the course. 25.68, correctly so before. Then number 16, is Westfield SEI. Cars made in the Black Country, up in the Midlands by Chris Smith, within sprint and hill climb work. 24.63 his early run, 24.72 once again. Really overall is Bill Tester. Here's Westfield 25.7, first time round. 23.578. You're rash of going 8,900 with the extra Blanner asset Toyota. Very successful car this. The 16-valve GT engine. Competes in the Toyo Road Saloon Championship, the RSC Modified Production Series, the ALC Road going, basically whatever he can get his hands on. He's been doing 11 championships this year. 26.04, that was before. David Hearn from Romsey, 23.47 is opening effort. Get down into the mid-22s to improve upon that. No, 23.71. Not as quick as before for David Hearn. Last time round. Sorry, Peter Turner currently second in class as Lotus Land. John Thompson finishes the run in 27.63. Useful improvement. Here's Peter Turner with that earlier land. Lightweight version. 22.09 before, earned-based New Zealander. Races in the Honda CRX Challenge with this lovely little CRX, one of the Team Mobile entries. Now been forced today. Started racing the German Rally 5 Cup. Peter Turner, super improvement, 21.93 seconds. Upon 24.71. Determined young lady, going increasingly well on the circuits. 24.57, so a small improvement. Sales administrator from Hull on the Mobile Radio Times Rally Quest. Is competing in the RAC Rally. 24.67 first time up. 24.63, so that's very consistent sprinting for Frankie Bogg with the Vauxhall Nova GSI. Number 70. The Renault Clio of Jim Leach, in addition to your programme. Another Brighton driver. 26.5 first time up, 27.39 this time. Now the next of the Team Mobile entries, that's Penny Mallory. Penny Mallory, 25 years old, from Ashford, Kent. Director of an advertising agency. Been rallying for the last 18 months. Has enjoyed Metro 7 HPC, this with the Vauxhall GM Family 2 engine in it. Other of the mobile entries. Penny Mallory, 23.47. A quicker time. Improvement from Penny. Equaling the better time of David Hart. So a very, very good effort. Service agent from that. $20.70 for Ian Mason. $75 on the line is Gareth Bannister. Gary, as he likes to be known. Builder from New Malden, 42 years old. With a 5.7 litre small block Chevy engine Corvette. Chevy. Previously used a V12 Cougar and a 3.8 Cougar, but he sold them both. Now has the Chevy. Then Matt Stanford, 25 years old. Beautiful machine this. In the past he shared with his father, but this year running a car apiece. Matthew Stanford improves to 23.46 seconds. 77, the less potent Porsche. This is the 911E. 73, Harry Wyndham. Fourth in class in the inaugural Porlock Hill climb. Harry Wyndham looking to improve upon 24.18, and he does, 24.01. 78 is the Burley This was the 4.5 litre Daimler V8 heavy head engine aboard, so an unusual conversion for Dave Rochester's being by Swaymar of Leatherhead. Dave Rochester improved to 25.09. Very, very nice. RS lightweights. Moved away from the line almost effortlessly there. Help from Charles Ivy, the Porsche specialist in Fulham. 21.45, so not quite as quick as before. There goes the Sierra Cosworth.
25.09.
That's Neville Knight. And here's the class leader Barry Lyons lining up on the grid with the very potent TVR Tuscan, looking for 150 mile an hour top end. And that wonderful TVR Tuscan, 420 horsepower, 19.83, not as quick this time. He stops a little bit, but I think his class win looks to be pretty secure. There's Bill Goodall with the Super Ferrari. Scaglietti body 275 GTB, 1965. Did 20.52. Also round was third in class at the end of the first runs with the very, but tall order to make it sixth today. 20.77 at 129, so not as quick as before. Next up, that's Derek Webb with the Elgan Howell owned Lynx Jaguar 3.6 turbo, car built by Tim Card. Derek Webb looking to improve upon 25.93 and does, 25.44 at 107. Then Alan Massard, the local hairdresser, with his Fiesta Turbo. Lowered than 35 horsepower. Long time racer Alan Massard. Used to run Divas and things years ago, as I recall. 25.50, not as quick as before. 19-year-old motor mechanic from Coulston. It's his first event today. MGC, or raced extensively by his father. Ian Young, 25.73, a super improvement. That actually puts him quite away. Do you give up when you get beaten by your kid at sprinting? I don't know. 20.41 last round. So Sonny's on the brakes this evening. There's the Eagles get very impressive shot. Belched. Jeff aiming it towards the finish now. Got to improve upon his 20.8, 20.76, 400ths quicker, 133 miles an hour. Now 92 comes in, 5, 1-0. The local by Chandler's and Port Slade, one of only 136 made. It's got the 286 brake horsepower, 24-valve straight 6 engine, which went in the M635 CSR. 24.0. That engine also went in the M1 sports car, remember. Then local Manta. 24. An improvement. On the run, that's the other links. Well, the links jag back for a second. Prince Elgan Howell at the wheel. Howell trying to beat 24.52. Partner Del Webb been up in 25.44. 24.46 this time. So small improvement. 75. This is Gary Bannister, who we didn't see. First run we saw him will count as the first, this will be his second run. So Gary Bannister going back for a second go with the Chevy Corvette. 23.93 Really going well for a hard charging machine. This is the Ford Boss 302 engine, kind of bring it up to standard. Been running it this year, 21.04 at 129, not quite as quick. 96, the bright yellow. American V8, providing that way the suspension, brakes and all the rest of it. Engine in this one, 4.7 litre, 22.05. Yes, a good little improvement. Now let's second in class at the recent Gersten by Brands Hatch Morgans. 24.08 last time, 24.15 this time, so 700 slower. Then we've got Mike Forster, the Royal photographer. Spectacular for Mike Forster. There's 20.8 for Gant's concerned. He's got a rallying Porsches. 20.23, yes, that's a very good improvement. He was fifth prior to that, and that'll have done his chances no harm whatsoever. 99 is Andrew Sansom's turbocharged Vauxhall Astra GTE. Spectacular off the line, but just the sort of Q car you want for the road. Fully proof. 1990 car, the IHI turbocharger kit. 24.13, good improvement there. 100, that's Mike Goodman. He's the man from Puddingbag Cottage in Beaujeu. Competing only this year, he says. Mike Goodman proved 25.83. 24.13 last time up. He's on the line that hopefully can persuade this to run on 4 cylinders this time. 24.18, fractionally slower than before. Just keep falling. The long timing competition is usually very, very successful, so I don't know what's happened in trips from LA. So 24.29, he is quicker than before, 119 miles an hour. Magazine, 30 years old. It's developed 3.9 litre over V8 on Delauto carbs, about 275 horsepower, 21.02 at 130 miles an hour from Peter Tomelin. Winner of the Brighton and Hove Car Club. There he goes, 24.63 seconds for the... slower than before. Porsche 09 for that very pretty 1961 car. Oh, Well, here's the first of the loonies. Yes, it's Bob Smith with the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Moving into stage now, this is the drag racing king of Brighton. Just look at those tyres, he's fried the backs on this. This is just appalling. This is what we like to see, well, when we can see it, but Bob Smith grinning from ear to ear. He loves delighting the crowd with the edges of the car into stage, automatic trans on this thing. And his slight problem is the wind blowing from behind him, he can't see where he's got to go now, so hoist by one's own petard, I think you'd call that. Anyway, Bob Smith from Colchester, record holder in the big class prior to now, for the realignment of class structures. Smashes it into the next gear. Presumably is changing manually on this thing, although it is an auto. 19.95, 136 miles an hour. So that's a big improvement for Bob Smith. Stays a clear second in the class. That was very, very neat. 42A now, back to Class 1. This is the second driver of the little orange Mini. No problems earlier in the day, and it's done it in seconds, so yeah. Some way, going too badly, but that's getting the thing off the line that's caused them a problem. That's Peter Hills with this car. With the Rover-powered MGB. 29.80, broken the 30 mark then for Peter Hills. Flanagan Senior. So 107 up the road. 23.83, so he goes ahead of partner David in that car. There's a couple of tenths quicker than David managed first time up, but David still to run. Now 108, turbocharged water injected 4 litre Opel Manta of Richard Lamb. We've got a mobile test bed for the water injection system. Hells Brothers Racing Team hoving into view with the big Hemicuda, Chris Orthodoxou, making a lot of noise again. Remember he did this last time and then staggered off the line. And once he got the thing going, he was in very good form. This is the rock star himself. Physical age 31, mental age 12 if you remember. By his own admission, I'm not making this up. 7.2 litres of Chrysler power, 3-speed torque-flight automatic transmission, and who also drag races the Dodge Dart, Chris Orthodoxou. First time round, this should be better. 20.92, that's much more like it. Tigers, 4.7 litre, finished fourth in his class, touched to pieces here on the seafront at Brighton. But going much better this year. Chris Whedon, 21.90, 700ths better. Interesting to see that 7 or 800ths is quite a common figure to improve on, so it shows that they're getting the course pretty much right. There's 111, Richard Eggman, Lotus Carlson, massive 370 odd brake road eaters that you can buy down the road at Frost in Shurham, our sponsor for the day. Go over and speak to them about them, look over the Lotus Carlsons later on. Down here on the far line. 252 for Eggman. That's Simon Paul with the MG Montego Turbo, pretty much about beating your own personal bests. A lot of these drivers have been coming back year after year, keep full records of their performances. 23.89. circuit racer. Run. Ken Baker should be next. The Green Man, it's Brentwood, Essex. It's the man who bought this car new in 1961 and used it in competition. November 61, raced the car very successfully, won, but the entity is still the same as the car he owned. Paul Webb now owns it, on the brake at the top end. Cockerell 21.06 last time up, which looked very good. 20.90, good effort. Break into the 20s for the first time. Yours to 121. 18B. Car which he shares with Richard Conn. This class very, very close. All in the 1922's bracket. John Sharp improves to 20.68. 20.68 with that class on. Just been bumped out of the top 12 for the RAC qualification by Paul Knapp. Set this lead back. 19.86 on the first run, 19.86 on the second run. So big Braybrooke Norman, very, very sprinting, but it isn't going to be good enough to beat Brian Horn in this class. One, two, 3A. 1-1-2 at the moment in the class. 21-1-2. That's the second in 3 cars to go up in identical time. In the little 1 litre Hillman Imp. Hard competitive. 27.84. He's being beaten by much lighter cars. 27 dead. There goes. This is a gear. 24.64 needs to improve beyond 23.88 to take the class. If he hadn't done it, 25.89. 25.89 for Archie Pelling, so thank you this gear cost him there. 131 to Westwood 11 to car built by father-in-law Dave Wilson. 1200. Haven't seen Dave standing in the Flint, which had a problem on its first run. So we go into the big class, where first to show is Tony Halliwell from Bexley, the former multiple circuit champion. Isaac and 48 rounding away the back of that beautiful GTD 20.22 for Tony Halliwell, fractionally slower than before, 800ths in fact. Lots of noise heralds the arrival of Leslie Evans, PRD, 18.49, qualified in 11th in the pecking order for the runoff. First time round, now he can go quicker than that. This car rocketed off the start line last time round, so let's see how Les can launch this time. Monocoque car built by John Travis, now engineering 18.34. That puts him up a slot in the, or he's now 10th overall knocking Paul Napson back a place. Paul Napson is farmer now in the bottom spots. Here's that extraordinary Bentley special. Superb motor car, this. Motor engineer from Lincolnshire. Car, and far from something it is, a real power sledge. 19.58, great improvement for Alan Paget. 20.71 first time, 19.58 this time. And we get another run, the Southern Road car, Cobra replica. That is money's worth today. 23.08 is best effort this morning. 21.54, that's much more like it for Nev Knight. Of Chris Keith Lucas, the big wigs at Lynx Cars, Ian Elgan Hull, top man there. 22.03 from his first run will stand. It was 22.12 this time. Now Peter Coward still on Vanessa. Teaching in the past in vintage cars, in VSCC events. Sports Car Championship, the 750 Motor Club event in 1987. This is the 1990 SG32 Turbo. Last wins. 1988 car. 302. Cubic inch Ford V8, 350 horsepower, 21.01, so an improvement, 21.01 for Lloyd Evans. Here's Dave Brenda, top of the class with that cracking 17.26. Now Dave running two cars today, also running the Formula 2 Tolman, but he's elected to run the single-seater for RAC points. Encouraging run for David Render, reinforces his challenge at the top of the class. No one is going to catch that. Now Ray Christopher, or as Ken Walton, the legendary wrestling commentator, would have known him, Toby Karan. He's the head honcho down at GT Developments. Unfortunately the car won't go. Yes, that's the first submission. 3 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. But they push that off, and immediately into his place comes 140. It's the first of the Cougars. Rod Hurd at the helm. The weather is clearing. This is good news indeed. .23.31, a good improvement for Rodney Hurd. 38. Graham Paddock, 25.08 in his Cougar. This will clean up the first. 149. Gordon Hayes comes to the line in his Porsche. 25.61. Honours in the historic 500 section. .24.55, and he's taken the advantage. Thrown down the gauntlet to his son. Jonathan Dockley now has to come from behind, take it away from Father David in the historic section. Now, John Hale, who's conspicuously blown off this today. Yamaha engine version. 21.30, he had the class record, but he's lost that to Phil Cook. Amanda going very, very well in the class. Can she get down below 20 seconds this time? 20.57, 19.62 seconds at 131 miles an hour. 19.62 seconds gives Amanda George the class lead, ladies and gentlemen, by 300ths of a second. The rovercraft has gone rocketing up at 18.77 at 156. 18.77, that'll be Simon Law, 235A, 18.77 seconds. Now Bill Oliver with the Sana. Getting second. Now 237. This is John Napton. He's currently the bump man. He's on the bubble in the top 12 runoff at the moment. John Napton 18.80. Sun Paul's been up 4 tenths quicker. What can John Napton do in this X? About 50 yards out. He keeps his foot in. 18.80 is his best time before. 18.46, but he's still ahead of his lad. John Napton stays 12. Here's Ricky Harris. British. Pilbeam hard ceiling charging, head down. 16.36, 157, that's an improvement, but it's not going to move up any positions in the order. Here's the man who set the new course record at 14. BTD here on 5 occasions. Berkshire-based actuary rockets down the strip in the gold Pilbeam. 15.58, but 177 miles an hour top end there for Ken Ayres. First run will stand. Now Chris Hill, qualified third on his first run on 15.72. Chris Hill with the ex-Magwig Raynor. Chris Hill leaves in third. Nigel Bigwood, twice champion. 1990 champion of Britain, 1989 champion of Britain. 15.85 seconds on the slate for the 3 litre Cosworth DFB powered Tolman. John Gray out to make it a hat-trick for the Pilbeam MT58 champion with his Judd Formula 1 engine machine. The battle for the IC British Championship over the years has been more or less later on today as Paul Napton blasts off in the Lola Rover 18.19.2 quick 11.
It very much looks as if Trevor Mason is going to walk off with the Godolphin Trophy today. Its nearest rival is Migrator, which is 1100 Kawasaki. If it's on full stop now, let's put the next Trevor into that. Tank class to the 37.
That's great credit to Jackie Harris. Maybe able to come down with more than 2.5 metres. Here he is. Launches very, very hard. 16.36 was his qualifying time. Can he get ahead of Roy Wood? Roy Wood about to start qualifying. Roy Wood winner here in 1986. This mark. Always good. Best he can really do is probably change one place. Down the half mile. Improvement on 16.3. 16. David Redden, absolutely certainly. Roy Woodhouse then goes third. David Racker, fifth place, championship sponsor, former champion on it's the Swiss roll. Won the championship back in '83. The man on the line now, the DFC powered 500 horsepower L Thomas. Place. And he do. Yes, Nick Hill, the man on the line right now, on second. This will remain second. On his first run, lost to 18.17 seconds. Ken, who qualified second on 15.10, goes back. Sensational start. Can he hold on to it? 14.55. That's quicker than his opener, but not quite as quick as those two wonderful class runs, which were identical. 14.4.
Very well to finish third. Nigel Bigwood, fourth in the Tolman. Tony Marsh, eighth in the Rovercraft. Here he is. John Gray, your champion of the day. John Gray, the course record holder. Magnificent victory here at Brighton. The crowd really appreciated that. There's the hard flying Roy Woodhouse.